advantage that MOOCs have for high school students is like you can sort of see what your future education could look like. You could sample different streams, different passions you have, and you can then decide if you want to pursue them instead of committing first and committing to a long education journey without having any insight into that field. So with MOOCs, you can get that. Yeah, you can learn from the best professors in the field, and I think if your passion, they will also help you ignite your passion. Uh, so I think that way you can save yourself a few years of pain if you choose the wrong thing. So India has their own MOOC platform called Swayam, and it's like an official government MOOC platform, and they offer a few hundreds of courses every semester, or even low thousands of courses every semester from some of the top universities in India. And what's interesting about that MOOC platform is students in the current higher education system, they can actually earn some credits on that. So you take a course on Swayam platform, and you have to go to a proctoring place, give an exam, and you're able to get that course credit for that course. And the government of India has allowed maybe around 20 or 30% of a semester credit that you can, up to that much you can earn of Swayam. So I think that's like a interesting concept. China is also a huge ecosystem. They have many players and many courses and many universities offering, and they also have something similar where the MOOC ecosystem is actually integrated into the local higher education ecosystem. So it's always not clear how much you can look from outside. Uh, there's also like these MOOC players also don't look like how a Coursera or edX or FutureLearn would look like. They focus on many projects, many different things. So they're not just isolated to like a single product like a online course or something. They also try to, one of the players was Shwetang X. They showed me a demo of like their PowerPoint plugin where university professors can take any video from their MOOC platform and include it in a PowerPoint slide and share it with their students. So it's a more complex integrated ecosystem versus you know uh, the MOOC platforms, especially the US specific or European centric. They're not part of the current higher education system. They're like an alternate system. But in China and India, where there's more centralized top down government kind of, they can make laws and allow these things to happen. So it's a much different ecosystem, and they're more, the goal of that ecosystem is also to elevate the higher education uh, system in that country. So I think everybody wants it to be a trend, but uh, and it sort of works as a marketing, like packaging something as a specialization, and but I'm not sure. Like a few years ago, we did some analysis, and there wasn't enough consistency even within the same credentials. Like they could vary highly in terms of effort required. Some like some credits, if you just like say example Coursera specialization, some could take you 6 months to earn, and some could take you as little as like a week or 2 weeks. So I think the lack of consistency and the lack of a coherent narrative around it, like yes, it's a micro credentials, but you also, the employer needs to understand, and you need to be able to explain to it. But due to too much like there's too many like master's degree, there is like some standardized expectations. But when you say micro credentials, you don't know if what are the expectations. And I think until there is like a more standardization that people can understand, and employers can understand, and future employees can communicate, I think it will be a tough, even though they say stackable, it's a student who has to stack it. It's not like there's a clear system where like, oh, you do this, and you get a degree, or you're like, no, it's up to you to go to a figure out that stack and you to explain the stack. So theoretically they are stackable, but practically I think there are a lot of logistics and systematic barriers that really make them not stackable.